Broccoli Howard, Broccoli Howard Shai, Broccoli Howard, Broccoli Howard Shai, Koholo Yahweh Bashim Howard Shai, Bashim Hakadesh, Double honors, apostle, elder, great Muslim, something this 100% truth that will well. Salutations to Yakim out there pushing the truth from all sincerity and which they last to do so. Salutations to the hopeful elect that believe in the 100% truth of Yahweh Bashim Howard Shai, that's scattered among the four corners of the earth. Shalom. I just want to read this news article from Yahoo News. Was titled Raffensperger. It's like a Raffensperger escorted out of GA Capitol after it was surrounded by a pro-Trump mob. The article is written by Marquise Francis as of Thursday, January 7th, 2021. As you know, 2021 was deemed the year of the hastening of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai by Elder Tapasa Tahar through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Today's actually January 9th of 2021. Let's get into the article. It reads, on Wednesday, while much of the country's attention was focused on riots unfolding in Washington, D.C., another standoff was taking place in Georgia. Militiamen and other far-right Trump supporters in Atlanta surrounded the state's capitol. It's like the state's capitol building in a search for Georgia's Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger. As the group tried to enter the building to hand deliver a list of grievances about November's elections and Raffensperger's refusal to overturn the results, Georgia Capitol Police, fearing for the safety of the Secretary of State and his staff, escorted them out of the building, according to Atlanta Journal Constitution. So, as you can see, the world is in an uproar, and this is prophesied in the scriptures to take place, as of late, often, Second Esdras 15 been coming out because, these are the times that we're in, because we're at the end of this devil's rule. And so these prophecies are unfolding and they're just, hopping off the page, into existence because, these things were, deemed to take place by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, at the end of, showing that this is going to be the end of Esau, Edom and his rule. And these prophecies are, coming to light now because we're at the end. This is 2 Esdras 15 and 14, which reads, woe unto the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand and fight against another with swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Yeah, so they have no sedition among men. They don't have no respect for, their leadership, their governors, these politicians that, make, laws for your everyday lives. They have no more respect for you guys because, this is deemed to take place in the end days, and more of these uproars are going to take place because it's going to lead to civil war, was prophesied to take place. And, this is the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai that's going forth into the earth, that's, letting these things come to pass. Because the Lord is putting this vexing spirit upon these individuals to, bring these things forth. And, more and more of these things are going to take place. And it's only going to intensify, until this devil's end. Really knowing a man should desire to go into the city and should not be able, because, all these things that was happening is going to help lead and usher into martial law to this devil to bring forth his RFID chip mark of the beast, because the technology is already here, but he's going to implement these things. And, the C-19 vaccine, all goes hand in hand, this is all a pandemic that, he created, to usher in, his true agenda of enslaving you and branding you with his mark of the beast. What are you doing? For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid, and men shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and the spoil of their goods because of the lack of bread and great tribulation. And great tribulation is on its way in because we are entering the times of Jacob's trouble, where the whole world will have to face, the hour of temptation that, bringing upon the mark of the beast. and we can't run from this because it's been prophesied by Yahweh Shem Shai to take place. These are things that he's bringing forth, to bring in the end of this devil's rule, the end of this devil's kingdom. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. This is Second Esdras 9:1, which reads, "And he answered me, then said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when thou therefore when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world at the beginning and the end is manifest. And even so, the times of the highest have plain beginnings in the wonder of powerful works, and the end in signs. It's like an in effects in signs. Yeah. So this is the end that has manifest. The upwards of the people. The people are, vexed. You know what I'm saying? Because of the things that are taking place in society. This devil has lied to his own people and made them believe that they have, these rights that, are truly privileges that he's taken away from them. And, they believe that they have the right to, select their commander in chief, but we know the election is a fraud. It's all electoral. These devils who are in a higher position, they choose who they want to put in office. But, their own people, they deceive and believing that they have the right to go out and vote and put in place who they want to rule over them, but which they don't. You know what I'm saying? They don't have that power. That power belongs to the elites, of the society. That's gonna, these same people who are gonna usher in, this mark of the beast, RFID chip system, to enslave you, and that's where I'm in prophecy. But these are all end time signs that this is the end of this devil's kingdom. And Lord willing, we don't have much longer here. Hopefully, this is it. Maybe this is the last year that we're here, Lord willing. But that's up all in the hands of Yahweh Shem Shai. But as the Lord, as Elder Apostle Tahor has deemed this, this year, the hastening of the return of Yahweh Shem Shai. There was the elder brother of the Alabama camp. He just did a video on how the earth, there was a report that the earth is rotating or spinning or accelerating faster than it has ever been before in history, showing you that, Elder Apostle Tahar deeming this the hastening of the day of the Lord, that's confirmation from the Lord, It's not coincidental that 2 days later, this article came out and, it tells you that the days are shortening or time is speeding up because, this is something that the Lord has, ordained, that he said that, the days are going to be cut short for the elect, for the sake of the elect, and that's what he's doing. So he gave Elder Apostle Tahor the proper titling of 2021, the day of the hastening of the Lord, being that things are accelerating because the Lord was going to, accelerate the days of the end, showing that we are truly at the end, So for those that, or have the eyes to see and ears to hear and follow the true men of the Lord, you got to give all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai, that he's gave you the proper discernment to follow the true men of the Lord. And that's pretty much it. I just want to say, Kol Holo Yahweh Shem Shai, Kol Mashavala, Abba Shalom.